In a world where, every brushstroke, every musical note, every film frame can now be touched by algorithms. We're not just seeing change, are we? It feels more like, a creative revolution is really underway. So what does it truly mean to be a creator in this new, pretty rapidly evolving era? Welcome to The Deep Dive, where the show dedicated to pulling out that essential knowledge from, all sorts of sources and guiding you through the most important insights. And just so you know, this deep dive, it's powered by EasyMasterAI.com. Today, we're plunging into what I think is a really essential guide for, anyone trying to navigate this intersection of artificial intelligence and creativity. It's the book AI for Creatives, Unlocking Expressive Digital Potential by Vivian Ching and Dinesh Mothi. When you look at these authors, you quickly realize they're just uniquely positioned to write this. Vivian Ching, she's a real pioneer and internationally acclaimed artist. Her artwork's even been showcased in space. That's amazing. She brings expertise in creative arts, business.
And then her co-author, Dinesh Mothi, he's a professor of computer science, decades of experience in AI, digital forensics, cybersecurity. And they've both worked extensively with creative professionals at Ravensbourne University, London, the place famous for talents like Stella McCartney and David Bowie. So their combined expertise, it really bridges that gap between, let's say, raw creativity and complex tech. The book's mission, it seems pretty clear. Empower creative professionals, whether you're in visual arts, music, writing, film, fashion, design, empower you to leverage AI's power, giving you a clear roadmap, regardless of your technical background.
And that's exactly our mission for this deep dive, yeah. Think of it as your comprehensive guide to this, essential handbook. We're going to really dissect its core arguments, its practical insights, and what it all means, the profound implications of AI in creativity. It's like you're reading the book yourself, but with us here to help you unpack what it truly means to be a creator in this new era.
Okay, so before we dive into the nitty-gritty of AI itself, just how big is this creative industry we're talking about? And where is AI already starting to make waves?
Oh, it's an absolutely massive sector, truly astonishing scale, actually. A 2023 UNESCO report valued the global creative industries at, get this, $4.3 trillion annually.
Wow, 4.3 trillion.
Yeah, that's 6.1% of the entire global economy. And it employs nearly 30 million people worldwide, mostly young people, actually, aged 15 to 29. And beyond just the economic power, it's seen as a vital engine for inclusive economic growth. It's integral to the UN's 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. Take the UK, for instance. It's really cemented its place as a global creative hub. Employment there has skyrocketed 30% since 2011, contributing over 101.5 billion pounds sterling per year.
Okay.
And the demand isn't slowing down either. A 2023 McKinsey report, it projects a 30 to 40% rise in demand for creative jobs by 2030.
That's a huge economic footprint. But the book also touches on something deeper, doesn't it? The broader societal benefits of creativity, things like educational outcomes, even mental health.
Absolutely. Yeah, beyond the economics, the societal impact is really profound. A study by University College London, for example, highlighted that children actively involved in arts activities scored notably higher on self-esteem measures. And it's not just for kids. The NHS, the National Health Service in the UK, now incorporates arts activities into their social prescribing programs. It just underscores the critical role creativity plays in promoting mental and emotional well-being, across all ages. It really emphasizes that foundational value creativity brings.
Okay, so with all that context, how does AI actually fit into the creative process itself? The book breaks it down into four pretty interesting phases: ideation, development, production, and realization. Can you kind of walk us through AI's role in each?
Of course. So in the ideation phase, think of AI as a turbocharged brainstorming partner.
Wow.
It can supercharge concept generation, identify emerging themes using natural language processing, and even synthesize, really unique visuals from just simple text descriptions.
Okay.
For development, AI helps refine and structure those initial concepts. It can offer iterative feedback as you work. It can even run simulations to test, say, narrative impact or user experience, helping you tweak your vision before you invest heavily.
Right, like testing things out digitally first.
Yeah. Exactly. Then during production, AI becomes your efficiency expert. It automates those routine, maybe repetitive tasks like color correction in video or sound editing in audio that frees up creators to focus on the more nuanced artistic elements. It also streamlines workflows, can facilitate enhanced collaboration, letting creative teams work together more smoothly. And finally, in the realization phase, AI helps bring your work to life for your audience. It can provide real-time feedback based on audience reactions, tailor content distribution to individual preferences. It can even enhance immersive environments for, greater engagement, making your creative output really resonate.
It really sounds like it touches every single part of the journey. Does its influence differ much across different creative fields, or is it pretty uniform?
That's a great question. And yes, it definitely differs. In some fields, like, say, design, AI often serves primarily as an enhancement tool. It preserves creative freedom while enabling, vast experimentation. But in others, like music and literature, perhaps, it might automate more of the processes. However, the book makes a really important point here. Human artistic vision remains paramount, especially for those intricate emotional undertones, complex narrative structures you find in storytelling. AI should really assist and amplify, not replicate human creativity in those areas.
Let's take a quick stroll through history then. The book does this too, right? Showing how creativity has always kind of intertwined with technology, leading us right up to AI.
Absolutely. It provides great context. Think way back. Ancient times had cave paintings, Greek theater, the Indian Natya Shastra. Then the Renaissance brought realism, Shakespeare, the printing press, a huge technological leap.
Yeah, massive.
The Enlightenment saw Rococo, neoclassicism, the rise of the novel. Industrialization brought Impressionism, the sewing machine impacting haute couture, the birth of cinema. Technology always pushing things forward.
Then into the modern era.
Right. Modernism gave us Cubism, abstract expressionism, the phonograph changing music, Hollywood's golden age, Coco Chanel revolutionizing fashion, followed by experimentation and mass production. Think epic theater, minimalist design, electronic music, hip-hop, television spreading culture, genre fiction booming, always tech and creativity dancing together.
So the digital revolution must have been the real launchpad for what we're seeing now with AI?
Exactly. Personal computers like the Apple II, the IBM PC, then the internet, digital tools like Photoshop and CAD software, online platforms like MySpace, WordPress, then the iPhone, ebooks, Netflix, they all laid the groundwork. They digitized creation and distribution.
And where did AI first start creeping in, according to the book?
Well, early AI applications were already emerging. In creative automation, you had Harold Cohen's Aaron back in the 1970s, probably the first autonomous art program. Early AI popped up in tools like Adobe Photoshop and CorelDRAW, parametric design using things like Grasshopper and architecture. Fashion saw AI early too, with systems from Elektra and Gerber, Zara using computer vision, H&M even establishing an AI department.
So automation was one part. What about actually generating creative work?
Yeah, generative AI has early roots too. In music, composers like Iannis Xenakis experimented. Bell Labs had the music program on early computers. Literature saw Eliza, a chatbot, back in 1966, then Tailspin in the 70s. Ractor, an AI program, even wrote a book of poetry in the 80s called The Policeman's Beard is Half Constructed.
Huh, quite a title.
Isn't it? Then there was real-time interactivity. Think Alvin Lucier using EEG brainwaves to control music in the 60s, Myron Kruger's video place in the 70s and 80s, David Rokeby's very nervous system reacting to body movement, even dance software like Lifeforms.
And visual effects, CGI, that must be a huge area.
Oh, absolutely. Visual effects and CGI. Westworld in 1973 had primitive CGI. Then Star Wars in 77, a huge leap. Young Sherlock Holmes in 85 had the first fully CGI character. Willow in 88 used the first digital morphing. By the 90s, AI was assisting with rendering. Then you get things like the massive software for the huge battles in Lord of the Rings, sophisticated facial animation in Avatar, AI helping with rotoscoping through tools like Coconuts Rotobot. It's been building for decades.
That's a truly fascinating look at how technology has always propelled creativity forward. And now, as we stand on the cusp with this new AI era, it begs the question, how does this powerful new partner actually function? And maybe more importantly for our listeners, what are the hands-on tools they can grab right now to jump in?
Right, let's strip away some of the complexity first. At its foundation, artificial intelligence, AI, it just refers to machines programmed to simulate human intelligence. Visual perception, speech recognition, making decisions, it all operates through algorithms. They're just sets of rules or instructions.
Yeah.
Now, we primarily talk about two kinds. There's narrow AI or weak AI. That's designed for a single task. Think Siri, Netflix recommendations, how Google Photos recognizes faces, very common.
Yeah.
And then there's general AI or strong AI. That's still theoretical, really. That would be human-like understanding and adaptability across, a wide range of tasks. Still science fiction for now.
Got it. Narrow AI is what we're mostly dealing with. And machine learning fits in how?
Machine learning, ML, is key. It's how AI gets smarter. It's a subset of AI where algorithms learn from data and make predictions based on that data, improving over time without needing explicit programming for every single step. Think of teaching a puppy. Supervised learning is like showing it exactly what to do and rewarding it. So for AI, teaching it art styles by showing it thousands of labeled examples.
Right. Unsupervised learning is more like letting it explore and figure out patterns on its own, like grouping music tracks by genre or mood without being told what those groups are beforehand.
Okay, makes sense.
And reinforcement learning is teaching it through trial and error, giving it rewards when it does something right. That's often used for things like generating marketing strategies that adapt based on results.
And deep learning, that sounds deeper.
Yeah. Deep learning is a more advanced subset of machine learning. It uses neural networks. Think of these like digital brains with many interconnected layers. They're incredibly good at recognizing really intricate patterns. For a creative, picture them helping an AI understand complex inputs, maybe canalizing an architectural design or helping you tag fashion photos automatically.
Okay.
Specific types include convolutional neural networks, CNNs, great for grid-like data like images, and recurrent neural networks, RNNs, better for sequential data like language. RNNs power a lot of text generation.
And natural language processing, NLP. That sounds important for writers or anyone working with words. Hugely important. Natural language processing, NLP, is all about getting computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. This powers AI tools for script writing, creating marketing emails, sentiment analysis, even translating your film into multiple languages, or powering chatbots.
And computer vision. That's for the visual side.
Exactly. Computer vision lets machines interpret visual data. It's used for everything from identifying objects in video production to powering those generative models we hear about, the ones that can create entirely new images or videos, like unique digital art or realistic virtual environments. GNs, or generative adversarial networks, are a type of model often used here.
Okay, there are a few other terms the book mentions: algorithms, data sets, hyperparameters, overfitting. Should creators worry too much about the deep technical definitions?
Honestly, not necessarily the super deep definitions. It's good to have a basic grasp. Algorithms are the recipes AI follows. Datasets are the ingredients it learns from, crucial that they're good quality and diverse. Hyperparameters are like settings you adjust before training. Neural networks are the layered structures in deep learning. Overfitting, underfitting basically means the AI learned the training data too specifically or not well enough. Training is the learning phase. Inference is when the trained AI makes predictions or generates content. The key takeaway is understanding what they do and why data quality matters, rather than needing to code it yourself.
So while these terms might sound complex, the powerful takeaway for creatives is this. You don't need to be a computer scientist, right? You just need to understand what these tools are designed to do and how they learn, because that's where you unlock their potential to really amplify your unique artistic vision. What about some of those practical tools? The book highlights a few popular ones.
That's exactly right. You're the director. The AI is your powerful crew member. The book spotlights several fantastic tools already making waves. First up, Canva. Many people know it as a user-friendly graphic design platform, but its AI features are, frankly, incredible now. Think Magic Resize, Background Remover, Text-to-Image, Magic Write for text generation, Magic Edit for tweaking images.
How might someone use that?
Okay, imagine you need to quickly create an eye-catching 50% off summer sale announcement for, say, a bikini line on Instagram. Canva's AI can generate the initial design, resize it instantly for different platforms like stories or posts, strip backgrounds from your product images seamlessly, and even generate compelling ad copy. It's all about speed and versatility.
Got it. Powerful for marketing and quick design work. What about pure image generation?
For that, Midjourney is a real powerhouse. It's known for generating high-quality, often very imaginative images from simple text prompts. You just type something like, imagine, followed by your description, a futuristic city with flying cars, floating gardens, and neon-lit buildings under a starry sky, for instance. And it produces these stunning visuals. Fantastic for visual ideation, concept art, or just bringing wild ideas to life instantly. You can generate variations, upscale images.
Okay, and for music?
In music, Suno is a relative newcomer, launched late 2023, but it's a game changer. It's an AI music creation tool that can compose complete songs with vocals and lyrics just from a text description.
Really? Vocals too?
Yeah, you could literally ask it to create, an upbeat pop music track with lyrics about creatives learning how to use artificial intelligence, and within minutes, you'd likely have a pretty catchy, usable song. It's a fantastic way to quickly prototype musical ideas or create background tracks for videos or podcasts.
That's wild. And for writers, ChatGPT comes up a lot.
Absolutely. ChatGPT from OpenAI is incredibly versatile. It's an AI writing assistant that can generate, refine, and provide feedback on almost any written content. It's brilliant for brainstorming. Say you're writing a fantasy novel. You can ask ChatGPT to brainstorm and refine title ideas, like maybe suggesting the final enchantress, War of Shadows, or variations on that theme.
But there are caveats, right?
Definitely. While it's incredibly powerful, always fact-check its outputs and be mindful of potential copyright issues because it learns from vast amounts of existing text online, some of which is copyrighted. Use it as a tool, an assistant, not the final word.
Right. What about video?
For video production, RunwayML is really interesting. It integrates machine learning tools directly into creative projects. It offers text-to-video generation, real-time video editing capabilities, other generative media tools, object detection.
So you could describe a scene and it makes a video clip.
Pretty much, yeah. Imagine crafting a prompt like medium shot, static. A determined young woman in robotic attire, her hair tied up, stands powerfully singing, intense gaze, background, modern city skyscrapers, sleek cinematic mood. RunwayML could potentially generate a, say, 10-second music video clip from that. It's great for rapid prototyping, storyboarding, creating short clips. There are limits on length and subscription tiers, of course.
And fashion. That seems like a very visual field.
It is, and AI is moving in there too. NewBlack.ai, introduced in 2023, is an AI fashion platform. It generates designs and predicts trends from natural language descriptions. You could ask it to generate a sketch of a new menswear design or create 3 examples of a punk-style red dress with oversized shoulder spikes and neon red boots worn by a female long-haired model on the runway. It's revolutionizing how designers explore ideas and visualize them on AI-generated models, allowing for really rapid iteration of concepts without needing physical samples initially.
Wow. Those tools sound incredibly powerful, almost magical in a way. And with that kind of power comes, well, as the book eloquently highlights, a significant ethical tightrope walk. This is where it gets really interesting, doesn't it? Yeah. What are the major concerns creators need to be aware of when they step into this new landscape?
It's a crucial discussion, yeah. And the book dives deep. One of the biggest challenges is definitely ownership and intellectual property. When an AI creates content, who truly owns it? Current copyright laws, like in the US, generally require human authorship. That creates ambiguity.
Right.
The Heart on My Sleeve song is a perfect example. It used AI-cloned voices of Drake and The Weeknd, went viral, was even submitted for a Grammy initially. But Universal Music Group quickly issued takedown notices. It sparked this huge debate about using unauthorized AI replicas of artists' voices. The original artists got no compensation, right? It just shows how AI blurs the lines of likeness, style, and IP.
Yeah, that was a big story. What else?
Another core issue is authenticity and attribution. It's getting incredibly difficult to tell what's human-made and what's AI created sometimes. Remember Boto, an AI algorithm that sold digital artworks for over $1.3 million.
I do, yeah.
And that portrait of Edmund de Bellamy, created by a collective using AI, sold for over $432,000 at Christie's. These cases raise serious questions. Who deserves the credit? The AI, its developers, the prompt writer, or the original human artists whose work, often unknowingly, trained the AI. Without clear attribution, there's a real concern that the unique value of human creativity could be diluted. Deep Vogue, an AI winning a fashion competition without crediting human designers whose work trained it, is another example that sparked controversy about potential homogenization.
So transparency is key then?
Absolutely. Which leads to transparency and accountability. AI systems can sometimes feel like black boxes, right? It's hard to understand how they generate outputs. Disclosure of AI use is becoming essential. The Fabricant, for instance, is transparent about its virtual clothing collections. But lack of transparency can lead to problems. Remember the 2024 Suno and Udio lawsuit? Major record labels suing these AI music startups?
Right, you mentioned them earlier.
Yeah, they alleged the AIs were trained on copyrighted songs without license, claiming prompts could generate songs sounding suspiciously like famous tracks My Girl by The Temptations was one example cited for Udio. This landmark lawsuit highlights the lack of transparency in how musical elements were derived and the huge challenge of holding AI developers accountable when things go wrong. Some critics, like Professor Tyler Cowen, argue the music lacks that ineffable something, but the copyright issue is central.
Okay, ownership, attribution, transparency. What about bias? We hear a lot about AI bias.
Yes, bias and representation are critical issues. AI systems learn from data, and if that data reflects societal biases, the AI will often reflect and even amplify them. Daily 2 initially showed bias prompting for a CEO often resulted in images of white men. A UNESCO study found large language models often linked women to domestic roles.
That's problematic.
Very. A vivid example was BuzzFeed's AI-generated Barbie dolls representing different countries. They faced huge backlash. Accusations flew about perpetuating harmful stereotypes, a German Barbie in a Nazi-like uniform, others holding guns, cultural attire shown incorrectly, like a reversed Vietnamese áo dai or a Gutra headscarf shown on a woman. It really highlighted how biased, often Western-centric data sets can lead to offensive and inaccurate outputs. We urgently need diverse, well-curated training data.
And privacy, with all this data flying around.
Privacy and data security are huge concerns, too. We've seen data breaches at large companies like Shane. Creative projects involve vast amounts of data. Think Pixar using VS data platform for storage. How is this managed securely? User consent is another flashpoint. Adobe faced controversy over updates to its terms of service regarding user content potentially being used for AI training.
I remember that.
And DeviantArt faced a lawsuit for allegedly using user artworks in AI training datasets without adequate permission or compensation. It highlights the challenges of opt-out mechanisms and ensuring data is handled ethically and securely.
Okay, so we have ownership, authenticity, transparency, bias, privacy, and the big one for many creators, jobs.
Right, the fear of displacement of human creativity. AI-generated content can be cheaper and faster to produce, potentially devaluing human-made creations and impacting jobs. Canva and Jasper AI are tools that automate tasks previously done by human designers or writers. The World Economic Forum and Accenture study suggested large language models could affect 40% of working hours. OpenAI's own CTO, Mira Murati, has acknowledged potential job impacts.
That sounds quite alarming.
It can be. A 2024 CVL economics study found 75% of entertainment executives reported AI-led job reductions already happening. It estimated 21.4% of film, TV, and animation jobs could be at risk by 2026.
Wow.
But, and this is important, the same study highlighted the creation of new roles.
Yeah.
AI specialists, prompt engineers, AI ethics officers, people managing AI systems. So it's likely a significant shift, a transformation, rather than just outright elimination across the board, but adaptation will be key.
That's a lot to consider. It sounds like a minefield in some ways, navigating those ethics. But the book doesn't just dwell on the challenges, does it? It also lays out how AI is creating amazing new opportunities. Where do we see the potential for positive synergy?
Absolutely. The opportunities are immense, and the book is quite optimistic here, too. One key area is exploring collaborative ownership models. We're looking at things like blockchain technology, think platforms like art blocks for generative art. It can create transparent, unalterable records of ownership and contributions, ensuring fair recognition for both human creators and perhaps even the AI tools used. We might see more collective intelligence platforms, maybe like a Wikipedia model applied to creative projects, or more open source platforms like GitHub being used for creative coding, fostering shared ownership.
And clearer rules.
Definitely. Standardized licensing agreements are crucial. The 2023 Writers Guild of America, WGA, strike was a major catalyst here, driven partly by concerns over AI and script writing. The resulting agreement, the MBA, was groundbreaking. It stipulated that AI-generated material cannot be credited as literary material or source material written by a human writer. It mandates disclosure if AI is used to generate script elements and protects writers' existing material from being used to train AI without permission or compensation. This shows how clear agreements can ensure fairness and protect IP rights.
That WGA agreement felt like a landmark moment.
It really was, and it ties into increasing transparency of AI use. Building trust requires openness. Take the band Yossi H and their album Chain Tripping. They openly used Google's Magenta Project AI to help generate melodies, rhythms, lyrics. They were incredibly transparent about it, even documenting the process in detail and releasing a documentary called The Computer Accent. It's a fantastic model for how creators can use AI openly, showing how it enhances their work without hiding its contribution.
But that's a great example. What about tackling the bias issue?
Diversity and bias reduction is a huge area of focus now. Researchers and companies are actively working on diversifying data collection, creating data sets like people in various fashion contexts to be more inclusive. There are tools being developed for bias detection and mitigation, like AI Fairness 360. Companies are creating inclusive design guidelines like Microsoft's Toolkit. Techniques like synthetic data generation using tools like NVIDIA Omniverse Replicator can help fill gaps in real-world data. And regular audits of AI systems like those OpenAI conducts on DALL-E are becoming more common. It's an ongoing effort.
And ultimately preserving the human element.
Yes, preserving human creativity while leveraging AI. It's about finding that balance. The goal should be AI as a supercharger, as some put it, not a replacement. YouTube's AI music incubator, partnered with Google DeepMind's Lyria AI model, is a fascinating example here. Their Dream Track feature for YouTube Shorts lets creators generate short tracks in the style, and even using the AI-generated voice of participating artists like Demi Lovato or John Legend, just from a prompt.
Wow. How do the artists feel about that?
Well, it's positioned as collaboration. YouTube CEO Neil Mohan emphasizes it's meant to enhance human creativity, giving artists new avenues and fans new ways to engage. Crucially, they're also developing watermarking tech like Synfi to detect AI-generated content, promoting transparency and responsible use. It's about empowering artists with new tools under controlled conditions for now.
Okay, so balancing the risks with the rewards seems to be the path forward. Looking ahead now, the book paints a truly vivid picture of what's next. Where is AI taking us in the creative industries, according to Ching and Malthi?
The future is really about imagining the unimaginable, pushing boundaries. We're seeing massive growth predicted in AI-driven immersive VRR. The market for this is projected to hit over $364 billion by 2027. AI is crucial for creating dynamic virtual environments that respond realistically to user interactions in real time.
Like the metaverse, but more interactive.
Kind of, yeah. Think platforms like MetaQuest 3, Magic Leap 2 becoming more sophisticated, virtual art galleries like Teleport Me that adapt to your tastes, even virtual concerts. The Elvis Evolution hologram show planned for London in 2024 uses AI to create a dynamic, interactive performance. And in fashion, Google's using AI diffusion techniques for incredibly realistic virtual try-on technology.
So more immersive experiences. What about collaboration?
Next-generation creative collaboration platforms are definitely coming. AI will play a huge role here, real-time translation between collaborators, optimizing project management workflows. IBM sees this as a major trend. Look at Google's Project Starline. It creates these incredibly lifelike 3D representations for virtual meetings. They're partnering with HP to bring it to market in 2025. It could make remote collaboration feel much more natural. And Adobe's Firefly, their generative AI, being embedded directly into Creative Cloud tools like Photoshop and Illustrator. That allows for real-time content generation and instant design suggestions right within your workflow. Figma's acquiring Diagram to bring similar AI features to UI/UX design. Collaboration becomes seamless with AI assistance.
Okay, what about AI actually creating on its own?
That's the next frontier, fully autonomous creative agents. These would be AI entities capable of independently creating high-quality content from start to finish. The market for this kind of AI is projected to grow significantly, maybe to $88 billion by 2032.
Examples.
Well, early forms exist. Baby AGI, launched in April 2023, can autonomously manage complex workflows using tools like ChatGPT and vector databases like Chroma. OpenAI's Sora model, generating detailed videos up to a minute long from text. That Toys R Us ad example shows its potential. And Sony's Flow Machines project continues to advance AI-assisted music composition, with the potential for future AI systems to compose entire albums or even perform live virtual concerts autonomously. It's still developing, but the trajectory is there.
That's quite a leap. What else is on the horizon?
Enhanced real-time feedback and live content creation. Imagine AI instantaneously responding to live inputs during performances or broadcasts. Platforms like Charisma.ai are already creating interactive storytelling experiences that adapt in real time based on audience choices or input. Software like Notch enables stunning real-time visual effects for live concerts or events, reacting instantly to music or performers. Vizert uses AI for live TV broadcasts, automating camera movements and graphics. Live creativity becomes more dynamic.
And finally, predicting the future.
Yes, advanced predictive insights, AI helping creators understand trends and audience preferences before they even start creating. The predictive analytics market is booming, expected to reach over $95 billion by 2032. Think tools like Scriptbook. It analyzes screenplays using AI to predict things like the MPA rating, target audience, even box office potential, apparently, with 84% success rate, much higher than human readers traditionally achieve.
Wow.
Or InKit, an AI-powered publishing platform. It identifies potential best-selling books by analyzing the reading patterns of thousands of users reading unpublished manuscripts online. It helps publishers make data-driven decisions and predict market trends more accurately. It's about reducing risk and finding hits. So yeah, it's clear that artificial intelligence is fundamentally transforming creativity. It presents challenges, absolutely, ethical and practical ones we've discussed, but it also offers just unparalleled opportunities. The core message from this book, AI for Creatives, really seems to be that AI is positioned to be an ally, a powerful collaborator, not necessarily a threat for creators who learn to harness it.
This deep dive into AI for creatives really makes it clear, doesn't it? The future of creativity is shaping up to be a shared journey, a partnership between human ingenuity and artificial intelligence. We definitely encourage you to explore these exciting, maybe sometimes daunting, but ultimately fascinating possibilities further. To learn more about AI, get a handle on these tools, and discover how you might leverage them to create new opportunities, maybe even generate new income streams, do visit easymasterai.com. Your creative revolution starts now. So, here's a thought to leave you with. Imagine a world where the only real limit to our creative potential isn't just our own human capacity anymore, but perhaps the boundless synergy we can achieve when human imagination and artificial intelligence truly work hand in hand. What new worlds, what new art, what new opportunities will you create in that future?